A very good evening, everyone. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you so much. So, a very good evening again, everyone. On the behalf of Institute of Applied Statistics, Kanpur, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all on this one-month certificate program on applied data analysis with R for research professors. There are some delegates who attended our previous program, data analysis using SPSS. So it is more beneficial. They can understand the concepts easily. And who are not aware, then it doesn't vary. We start the program from very basics. If you don't know anything about the R, we cover all things from very beginning. So this program is designed to empower researchers with practical skills in R, a powerful tool for data analysis and to enhance their ability to draw meaningful insights from data. Over the next month, we will dive in deep into topics ranging from our basics to advanced analytical techniques, guided by expert resource persons in the field. We are honored to have participants from diverse disciplines and confident that this journey will be enriching and transformative for all of us. And let us make the most of this opportunity to learn, collaborate, and grow. And request to all, if there is any doubt at any point, you can discuss. That makes the program more meaningful. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you and look forward to an engaging and fruitful program. Moving forward, it is an honor to introduce our respected resource person, Dr. Prayas Sharma sir, as a esteemed resource person, and sir is currently serving as an assistant professor in the Department of Statistics at 𝐏𝐵 𝐴𝐍𝐻 University, Central University in Lucknow. With a robust academic background, sir holds a bachelor degree in computer science and statistics along with master's and doctorate degree in statistics from BHU, Varanasi. Sir is also a qualified NEDIS scholar and a recipient of both junior and senior research fellows from UGC India. Additionally, he is certified virtual teacher by the University of California, Irvine. With over a decade of academic experience, both in teaching and research, Dr. Sharma sir has previously held positions at prestigious institutions, including the Indian Institute of Management, IIM Sirmaur, Gati Shakti University of Vadodara, and the University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Dehradun. His research interests span survey sampling, estimation procedures, predictive modeling, business analytics, and operation research. He has contributed significantly to the academic community with the 40 research papers published in reputed national and international journals, as well as one book and two book chapters. His work has garnered over 500 citations with an H-index of 15 and an I-10 index of 17. Dr. Sharma sir is an active contributor to the academic publishing, serving as an editor or associate editor for 7 prestigious journals, as an reviewer for over 30 journals, having reviewed more than 150 research papers in prominent publications like Communication in Statistics, Journal of Statistics Theory and Practice, Clinical Epidemiology and Global Health, 𝐈𝐍𝐓, and International Journal of Applied and Computational Mathematics, Springer, International Journal of Productivity and Performance Management, Emerald, and Pakistan Journal of Statistics and Operation Research, to name a few. He has also attended and presented more than 30 conferences, seminars, and workshops, and organized 3 national level events. In addition to his academic work, Sharma sir has delivered over 15 invited talks on topics related to statistics, research methodology in business analytics, and machine learning at various institutions and conferences. He has also conducted training sessions for executives in sectors such as aviation, medical, energy, working with companies like IOCL and SPCL. His contribution has been recognized with numerous awards, including an International Travel Award from Uttarakhand State Council for Science and Technology, the Outstanding Reviewer Award, Best Researcher Award, and the Research Award from the Vice Chancellor of the UPES. At UPES, Dr. Sharma sir played a pivotal role in establishing business analytics programs at both the undergraduate and postgraduate level, serving as the coordinator for MBA, Business Analytics, and BBA, Analytics and Big Data. Today, we are honored to welcome Dr. Prayas Sharma sir, who brings his exceptional expertise to guide us through the 4 fascinating topics of Module 1 of this program. This module will cover an overview of R and R studio environment, R basic and data types, working with data structures in R, basic operations and function in R, So in these 4 days, we cover first module of this program that will be delivered by our respected resource person, Dr. Prayas Sharma sir. So let's join hands in extending a warm and enthusiastic welcome to Dr. Prayas Sharma sir as we embark on this insightful learning journey. Please, sir, welcome, sir.
Thank you, Amit ji. I am audible.
Yes, sir, audible, perfectly audible.
Thank you. So, first of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me again and giving me this opportunity to interact with the learned participants. And as you know that I enjoy interacting with the participants over here and to spend the time with them. And you know, it's a two-way learning. I also learn from them simultaneously as I present myself in front of them and we discuss something over the uh, is it visible now?
Yes, visible, sir.
Yeah, that's right. So thank you. Right. As just give me a moment. So as giving me this opportunity, I would like to thanks to you and the institute for allowing me to present myself and interacting with the participants. So today, as discussed, we have the first module of this 1 month training programs, and that will cover the basics of the R and the R environment. And when I say the R and R environment, it means you will be able to understand now that how to from the beginning of how to install the R in your computer, and then doing or working with the R and R environment. So since when we were designing this program, we have designed with the purpose for the people who have not even yet interacted with the R environment, and therefore it's a very basic it will cover a very basic aspects of the R. And I personally try to make it as simpler as possible because the motive is to make you understand from the beginning, right? So at some point of time, you may feel that these are the very basic things, but at the same time, you have to understand that we have to keep all the participants on the same platform, uh, especially when we will be discussing the the second module or third module or the fourth module of this program. Okay, so here in the today's discussion, we will be talking about the history of the R, what are the different features R has, how you can download R and R Studio and install R and R Studio. There might be some tips with regards to the R and R Studio and then their environment, and little bit we'll try to see how can we work with the R. So this particular session will give you the you may say the overview of the R and the R Studio, right? And later on, we will be talking about the data types, how to enter the different kind of data into the R and R environment, and then different functions, loops, etc. And how can we work with the real data sets. That will be in the coming sessions, maybe. So if you can, yeah, just give me a moment. Just into. Yeah. So if you talk about the history of the R is an open source programming language, high level programming language, or usually called as the interpreted level language, which can be interpreted line by line. Means when you write the programs, there are two kinds of languages. One which is being executed as a whole program, and then they gives you the results or errors or warnings, etc., etc. This kind of program, which is interpreted level or high level language program, that is being executed line by line, and one line, one particular line will be only executed once the line before the same line is being executed properly. If there is an error in the first line, you cannot run the second line. Means if even if you can run, that will not be the meaningful, right? And this kind of the the environment and the making of this language is particularly kept in the view of teaching and research of the statistics or statistical techniques purposes specifically, because the R was developed by the Robert Gentleman and Ross Reka in the Department of Statistics, University of Auckland, New Zealand, and they have developed this with their own use, with their own purpose. It is not being developed initially by delivering or by making it public or by making it, to the other participants, to other purpose people. It is being initially developed for their own. Later on, because of its popularity and easy use, they in the 2000 around they launched it for the initially for the public purpose. And since they have initially made for them, so it is being inbuilt by the statistical terms, by the statistical tools already, and therefore it is being very very uh, useful and handy for the statistical sense, means learning or teaching or research in statistics in all those purposes, right? Before that, there were a similar language which was S and S plus, that was existing in 90s, 80s to 90s, 88, 87 around. And then there is existence of the R. R is more popular, more user friendly. Therefore, now we use R and not use the S in front of them. Since Robert Gentleman and Ross Eka both are stands for the R, this name was taken care of, and this language is called as a R, right? This is called a programming language, right? This is called technically this is a programming language because you can write a program, you can run the programs, right? And then you can store or execute different kinds of you may say the functions or the formulae, right, etc. You may create as well. The good part is that there are inbuilt functions in the R. There are inbuilt packages in the R, right? And which can be used directly, and you can create different functions, different packages for your own use if you know how to write the programs in R. Like the other languages, R can be used for the basic calculations purpose, right? And for larger calculations purpose, for multivariate calculations purpose too. The very important thing in the R at the time it was developed and even now, the display or the graphical facilities what it has, the kind of colors, the kind of presentations, the kind of uh, you know symbols, etc. No other languages has so far, which can you know give you the graphical representations of the data, or can also be useful in the exploratory data analysis as compared to any other languages. It has the more power means in terms of the display or presenting the graphical scenario of the data or graphical analysis, and more attractive way, more easier in the other sense, right? These are the different features. May you may understand why should we use R, right? Okay, so there are two terms, R and R environment, right? So basically, the R is a which we call as a programming languages, right? And the another interface is called the R Studio. Generally, obviously, for running the R Studio, we required the R, right? And R works in the background. And this again, different interface which we see and on which we work, we write, is the R Studio. Uh, you may have the question, why should we have these two, right? You need not to necessarily install two, right? You can work on only the R, R console, right? We call it as console. I will show you later on. So there you can write something, you can run something, and things can be done, right? There is no problem. But the another interface, which is called as the R Studio, has the different other facilities available. Like for example, you can write the script, right? And you can save the script. In the R console, you can write, you can run, but you don't have any option to save it, right? As a script. So definitely, when you are writing something, you want to store, you want to use later on, you want to, maybe to share with your friends, to share over the net, etc., etc., right? So that is why the R Studio is more sorry, advantageous in this sense, right? Otherwise, if you are stick with working with the only R, there is no problem. You can always pass. Now, I have written all those things here because I want you to do this along with me. If you have not yet done, if you don't have the R and R Studio, I would suggest you to download right now. Definitely, you are connected with the internet, so download right now and try to see that whether you are able to download. Definitely, you will be. And then you will see the interface, so more you will try to get the things done. There is one you may say the guide, you may say the uh, you know a kind of manuals available of R. The link is given. You can copy into your browser, and you can download this manual. You I,
Sir, it's not audible.
Am I audible now? Amit?
Yes, audible, sir.
Good. Right. So, yeah, better you can download it now. You can you can capture this link and then working on the. You can keep on downloading so that we are discussing the future slides. Now, once you have downloaded, how can you install the R? You have to download R for Windows, and this is a link. There will be a file. There will be a exe files available which you have to run, and once you will run this file, that particular software will be available as a R in your system. After that, you have to download the R Studio from this website, and you can also download it for the R Studio for Windows, right? And then run it again, right? So when you run it, now both R and R Studio is available into your system to work upon that, right? If you are doing right now, I may wait for a couple of minutes. If you already have, that's fine, right? So he has shared the link. You can directly go on the link and do it, right? Okay. Till the time, let us understand few things. So when you write the okay, first of all, this is a case sensitive language, right? Case sensitive language means whether you are writing in the lower case or whether you are writing in the upper case, it matters, right? So, for example, if you are writing in the upper case, Prayas, Prays, and later on you are trying to call the Prayas with a smaller case, it won't be done, right? So here the capital P and the small p has a different location in the computer, and therefore it's a case sensitive, right? So please taken care of. Many a times when as a beginner, when you try to write the program, try to write the smaller codes, in fact already inbuilt functions in the R, many a times I have seen you do mistakes in writing the commands, specifically when it is a uh, with the sense of the case sensitive nature, right? So for example, if you have to write mean, right? So many of you will write mean in the shorter one, many in the lower case. Many of you would write the mean as uppercase. Some of you would write M as a capital and then EA and in the smaller case and so on and so forth. So this is a case sensitive. The function is saved as mean maybe in the smaller case, then it will always work as a smaller case. It won't, you know, interpret whether you are written the mean in any of the other way, except what is the function is being already defined, right? Second, command line. This is a command line driven language, right, where enter works as a trigger to compilation, right, when typed in the console. So I'll show you the environment, right, where you directly write in the console, or when you directly write not in the console, rather you are writing in the script which can be saved, right, or which can be executed later on, which can be shared, etc., etc. The up arrow on your keyboard can use to bring up the previous command that you have typed in the R console, right? So you have the four arrows, right? And many a times what happened, we have written something in the console that has to be rewritten after 3 lines, 4 lines, etc., etc., right? Then we can use this upper arrow. You can also use the down arrow, but since it works in this circle, so upper arrow can give you all those commands which you have already written in the R console. There is a hash. Hash is used for commenting. Commenting means uh, sometimes you want to write, or maybe you are seeing codes from somewhere in the books or over the internet. Then with the hash, you can write any of the line which can further be used, to direct you, further be used to remind you. So those particular line will not be executable, right? So our understand that when some line starts with a hash, it is not for the execution purpose, it is for the comment purpose. So if you have to write something to make yourself remember in the R, then it has to be started with the hash. So after hash you can write something which can be used later on. R uses the forward slashes instead of the backslash, right? Usually we use the backslash even in the computer systems, even in other languages, but in the R we use the forward slash, right? Either the forward slash or the double backslash. Double backslash also works here. So forward slash works with respect to whenever you have to write the path of the files, path of your directory, path of your any of the files, data, etc., etc., right? Any question? Yeah, so far no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I understand there is no question, right? Please feel free if you have any of the questions in terms of understanding, writing anything. Please feel free. This will give you the very, very basic understanding idea of writing the programs in the R. And believe me, once you are if you're doing with me or if you are listening it carefully, you will be able to write the things, the program later on. This is a R console. So when we work on R, right? When you are if you have not downloaded the R Studio and you are working in the R, and you can open. So okay. So when you have downloaded R, you will see this kind of logo available on the desktop, on the maybe in the open tab or on the desktop, right? This kind of. If you have done the R and R Studio both, then this R and R both will be available, but you can work with R Studio, or even if you can work with this R. So when you work with the R interface, right, you will see this kind of window, right? So you will see this kind of window when you work with the R. Here you can write, as I show that you can write anything whatever you want, right? And it will give you the answer about that topic, maybe that function, maybe that numbers, etc., etc. So this is the kind of interface, right? Here, this arrow which you are seeing is as the greater than sign, right, is a prompt. We call it as prompt, which is waiting or directing you to write some input, right? So you can see here, right? You can see that is a this symbol is there. So you can write anything. For example, I have written here, if you would like to get the help of any of the topic, there are 4 ways to write about the how can you write the help, right? So even if you can write this help, right, starting help the server, you can write help in bracket topic question mark name of the topic double question mark name of the topic. So maybe if you want, I can write these things in the R console and can show you how does it work, right? If you have downloaded, but you can write yourself. For example, uh, help bracket mean, right? So mean is a kind of function of the topic about which you would like to know. So it will give you certain outputs, right? How does uh, uh, meaning of the mean, and how does it works, how does you can use in the R, etc., etc. This sign is a sign of the function, right? So it means you are talking about the function, any of the function. So R has all those functions already available which you can use. Okay, so once there is a prompt sign available, it means that you can write something as an input, and you can directly type and press enter, right? So once you are pressing it enter, it means you are submitting that command into the R, right? And it will be executed, right? If a command is not completed, right, and it has something in continuation, then prompt will show you plus. It won't show you this greater than sign. It will show you plus. That means something is remaining here which you need to write, right? And when the command is completed, R will execute automatically and give you the answer, error, warning, whatever it is, right? Better you can type a command in the code editor separately and click the run button, or press alter enter to alter enter and alter R both works to run in the command, but uh, for this strictly the directory should be, means R compiler should be in the directory. We'll talk later on all these things. Okay. So text output also will appear in the console, figure will appear in the graphics window, etc., etc., right? So here you can see, if you have write something help dot start or help bracket topic, it all will give you the the uh, description here, which you can read out directly. right? Is that clear? Okay. Now this is a environment of the R Studio. So when you open the R Studio, you see these four separated window under one window, where the first one is the script files or the source where you write the codes, in the R, right? Definitely, you can write the code directly in the console as well as you were doing when you were using the R, right? Otherwise, you can write the code in the script in the source. You can save it, you can run it, right, by using the alter enter. You can put it into the but when you do alter enter, it comes into the console directly and get it executed, run it, and show you the errors, warning, or result, whatever. The third window is the environment and the history window, what is being executed, under which environment you are working, where's the what was the data, etc., etc. The third one is files, plot, packages, helps, etc. This will give you the all those things which is being working in the R. So what kind of files is being called, what kinds of plots is being drawn, what kinds of packages being installed, help, viewer, all those things are available in this fourth window, right? So these are the four parts of a R studio. Usually, as you can see that it has the console already available. Along with the console, four other environments which can help you to understand the different things which is simultaneously being which is simultaneously being done, right? So you enjoy working over it along with when you see the other things simultaneously. Okay. More important things when you work in the R is the knowing your directory and setting up the directory, right? Because when your directory is same as where the R environment or software is executed, then you need not to write the commands. Rather, you can directly call some of the data, some of the files, plots, whatever you want, right? So that is the basically benefits of setting up the directory where the uh, the executable files and compilers is available. So before you start, better you can set the directory, right? And for setting up the directory, you can use setwd, and then inside the bracket the path where you would like to set the directory, right? So obviously you would be setting up the directory where the folders or R files, R compilers is available. So maybe for example, if call is as the workspace 2, then you may write as C colon, and since you know here the forward slash works, not the backslash, so forward slash workspace 2, and you can put it enter, that will be executed. And when this is executed, it means your directly is being now set as workspace 2, right? The another function which is available here is the get wd. So it can tell you what is your directory now. So if you want to know where is your directory, you can know this very well. If you want to know, or if you want to set, you can also do it very well, right? uh, these are the few things regarding the R and R software, which can be which has been already discussed. One thing is that it's a open source environment. Open source environment means it's freely available, and that is one of the popularity of the R. in majority of the softwares you see, we were discussing in last time the SPSS, right? So SPSS is not the open source software. That means you have to buy the license of the SPSS, and then only you can use, right? Otherwise, using any of the software without is license or without any kind of freely available testing package, it's unethical to use, and you cannot use it, one thing. Or even if you are using it, you cannot quote it. You cannot quote it, right? uh I just share you with you one story, that there were one student who was doing the PhD, right? And he quoted that he has done the analysis of of the data sets, of the extensive data sets using the SPSS. Later on, somebody has complained, and then he could not be able to tell that where he has done the analysis using the SPSS, because it doesn't have any SPSS licensed version, right? So it means you have used the uh, cracked or uh, some other way of using the SPSS, and then there is a question mark on the thesis, because even if you go to some of the university, some of the labs, some of the places, you have to get the certificate that you have worked over the SPSS licensed version for so many hours, right? So you have to use such certificate, and that certificate has to be attached along with your PhD thesis. So please be careful whenever you are using any of these softwares, such software which is not freely available. Please mind it that you need to produce the certificate that you have used the licensed version. Okay.
Sir, there's a question. If I have written that SPSS trial version,
Yes, okay.
then it's okay, no?
SPSA trial version, gives you some times, right? It's 1 month trial, I believe. But you have you have shown into your thesis that you have worked or you have analyzed the data over the period of 6 months. Then definitely you cannot work over the trial version, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You also provide the time limits under which you will be doing data collection and then analysis and preparation, etc., etc. So if you have shown that your analysis took 6 months to present the data, but your free version is available for 15 days or 1 month, that's again the questionable. Certain things can only happen in the extreme cases, but you need to be careful. That's what I mean to say. Okay, right. So we'll see all those things. Yeah, R can be work as the simple calculators, as I said. So you can directly type something in the console, and then it can give you the answer of all those things, right? Let me just show you the console. Hopefully you have already uh, downloaded. Let me just show you how does the interface look like. Currently, we are using the version 4.3.1. Is this visible?
Yes, visible, sir.
Yeah. So this is the general R, right? RGUI. And if you can write here, let's suppose help, right? Mean. So when you do it, you get the another window open here, since you are connected with the net, that all those things, what is mean and how does it works, right? Okay. Now, if you have to do, let's suppose 2 plus 3, it will give you the 5, right? So you can use as the computer. You can also create some variables and then you can store. We use C, let's suppose 3, 4, and 5, right? And now if I want to see x will show 3, 4, and 5. Let us see mean of x, right? It will give you 4. Mean of x, right? uh, there is an error. Why?
Word M is in capital.
Why? Yes, right. So m is a capital one here. Okay. Now what is the problem? X is capital, so it doesn't recognize the capital one. Why? Because it's a case sensitive. So we can do many things. For example, variance of x, right? So variance of x is 1, right? And one thing is also important, that you need to know the name of the functions. What is the name of the function, right? That is very, very important. So if you have to write here, you can also open the script here and you can write all those commands, right? And then later on you can run it here. Okay. When I use this upper uh, directions, I can get all those commands which is being typed here earlier, right? So all those commands can be shown. Okay, let me just close this and I will show you the RStudio now, right? So you will be is it visible? Okay, right. So this is a command. Let me just open a new file. So if I write here, suppose x is equal to C 3, 4, 5, right? So I've written a command here, and then I write here in the same next line, I write here x. In the next line, I write mean of x, right? So you can write all those things, right? And later on, you can execute it. So for example, I alter enter means it has been executed. So if this is executed without an error, it means it is being executed successfully, right? Then you want to see x, what is x? 3, 4, 5. You want to get the mean of x, you can get the mean of x, right? So the good part is that you can write it here and see that. Like for example, if I want to write plot x, right? So this is being plotting of the x, and you can see here the plots, right? So the one interface, you can see all those things. The console is available, the script is available, right? And as per your convenience, you can make it bigger or smaller as well. If you want to write only the scripts, you can do it, right? If you want to see the console only, you can do it, right? You can put it directly like that. So that is also the one of the advantage working over here. And then later on you can save this file wherever you want. Specifically suggestible to set in the directory. Yeah. So I was saying that how to know the directory, right? So you see here the function. So what is the get directory? Get directory is under the C user Prayas OneDrive documents. So there is my directory. If I want to change it, I would use set directory, right? Set WD, right? And I can put here the path, whatever I want. So I don't want to do it right now, right? So let me just skip. Right. Next thing, so far you would be able to, and yes, so you see here in the right hand side in the environment, you see what is being done unless it is being clear, right? So there is this one, this clear all the plots or clear all those things. So whenever I want to clear, I will clear. If I want to clear it, history, the clear will be the history, right? Otherwise, it will show you what is being executed unless you have cleared all those things, right? So that is being also one of the advantage. And if you want to save all those history in the file, you can save as well, right? What is being run, what is being shown, etc., etc., right? uh Next thing is to install the packages. Along from writing here, you can also get the help from here, right? So there is some window, there is some cheat sheets available. Cheat sheet is one of the good things which can help you to understand certain things in a one file, right? And that is very very advantageous to understand the different things. I will share this cheat sheet with you so that you can be able to understand the certain things together. That's all. Next things will be the installing the packages and the library. We will be discussing in the later sessions. It's not required now. Yeah. So anything if you have to ask, if you would like to add here in this session, please feel free. Anything which is related to the R, you may just ask.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And I request to delegates, please, if there is any doubt, you can ask. You can write in the chat box also. Simply unmute yourself to discuss your doubts here.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes. Yes, please.
Whether we have to download both R and R Studio, and both are different, or based on R only, the R Studio will download in our systems.
Behind the screen, R only works, R only runs, right? R Studio is an interface, only a interface which gives you certain more advantages, nothing else. So definitely you have to download the R first, and then R Studio can be used.
Sir, how could we learn the strategy of finding these codes? Actually, I'm the very basic.
Yeah, first of all, you just install these R and R Studio, right? So in the coming sessions, we will be talking about the functions. We will be talking about the data types in the R, so you will be able to understand how can you write something and how can you use the different functions available in the R, right? At the broader level, there is the books and manuals are available. I will also share the cheat sheets with you, which can directly give you the idea about of such functions like mean, variance, plot, etc., etc. So these functions will be available there. Otherwise, we will be discussing about the data types functions in details later on.
Thank you, sir.
Is there any other query? So I hope, so I expect to all delegates that tomorrow everyone install R and R Studio in their systems. And I recommend to all, because this is, as sir already told, this is open source. You don't need to purchase anything. And after the completion of this program, I assure you that you will able to do some basic analysis using R. And after this, the interested delegate will go further for advanced program. Thank you so much, sir, for starting this program in a very good way. And tomorrow we will continue the next sessions. There are 3 more sessions in this first module that will be covered by sir. So tomorrow's session will be started at scheduled time. So thank you all delegates. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So please share the R Studio link in the group. Sir.
Yes.
R Studio link, whatever you are showing.
Yes, I will share again in WhatsApp group also. So you can find from there also. I will share all the links again in the group. So
Right,
this
thank
is-
you. Thank you once again. Let me just, yeah, any question? No.
so
Okay, just allow me to leave, right? Thank you.
thank you so much, sir. Thank you for coming. And thank you all delegates. This is the end of today's session, and tomorrow we'll start at 6 p.m. I will share the links in the WhatsApp group, and the recorded session link will also be shared in the WhatsApp group. So you can, if you miss anything, you'll join late, you can access the recorded session from the link shared in the WhatsApp group. So thank you, everyone.